Good morning and welcome to Fat Cow Farm. Now, Christmas has just left us, and what I thought I would quickly do is, now that we're in the middle of summer, that I want to change over these two water tanks. So these are both 3,500, and so total of 7. And what I'm finding is that over the course of a week or whatever it may be, we're pretty much going through what we've got going on here when they're full. So between the hoop house and the chicken coop and everything else, it's just not holding up. So what I want to do is actually put in a larger tank. So what I've organised is a 15,000 litre. So somehow what I need to do is take both these tanks out, but I think what I'll do over the process of just getting this set up is I'll just take out this one here, and I'll put in the new one in this sort of area here. And then what I'll do is I'll take down this little structure there where I've got all my water pipes and everything, and I'll remodel all that so it coincides with a little bit more of our little solar huts and things that we have around the property. And then that rainwater tank can then go as well. So I need to empty this one. I'll shut that one down so we've got at least water for the chicken coop and a few other bits and pieces for irrigation here. I'll empty this, we'll get that one squared away. I'll need to make a larger level base, and then somehow I've got to get that large tank up here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but anyway, it'll all be fun and games, and then we can get that one plumbed up. We'll get it full. We'll feed that from our water pump further up at the top dam here, and then we're pretty much ready to go. So, like always, we've got a little bit of work ahead of us. This may take, I don't know, maybe a couple of days, I suppose, and then we can go from there. So I'll come and find you, and I'll see you soon. All right, so here we are. Finally got it all in, and that was epic, absolutely epic. So now that I've got it all in, I've got my base all set up, tanks all ready to rock and roll. I've now got to put my stop valve in, and so I'm just going to use a bit of string and fling that across, and we'll get all that bound up. And then, as you can see, I've got out the back here where the original feed was. So what we're going to do there is I'll make that all work up the other end, so that we can actually start getting some water in here, and then go from there. Then we'll put the main plumbing back in for the sprinkler system, for the chicken coop, and also the high tunnel hoop house. And we'll rebuild this, and away we go, mate. So it just full on. It was full on. If anyone's got hints about how to move these things around except for just rolling them, please let me know, because really at the end of the day, it was like my poor little arms absolutely killing me, especially being uphill. It was like, oh my God. So anyway, it's all in, ready to rock and roll. So we've also got to do the water feed from the chicken coop, from the rainwater catchment, with that small area that we've got there. So I'll get that plumbed in also. So again, a little bit more mucking around, but we're well on track now, well on track. So again, got a few things to sort out, so I'll come and find you, and I'll see you soon. All right, so here we are. The big tank's in, and I've got that running at the moment, starting to fill up. I've got my main line coming through, which is going to now feed the new pump house. So what I've done is, as like all the other little pump houses that we've got around the property, I've actually flipped this one around, just to sort of see how a few other things sort of work out, because this one's still running the old on the old deep cycle batteries from the original solar at the homestead, which is 6-volt. So I've just got those in there at the moment. I just wanted to give them a bit of a charger. So that's all running, and they're charging up at 14.2. So that's all cool. As you can see from the original pipe work, I've got to bring all that up into this new little pump house. I've got to finish off some cladding and put a door on. So I've got a door that needs to go in here. I've got to finish off some cladding and get a few things squared away. But what I do need to do is work out how long this is going to take to fill up. Now I was thinking to myself, probably about 3 days, but I just want to double check that. So I've got my little measuring cup here. So I'll jump up onto the ladder and I'll get now I've got my calculator here, so I can work a few things out. All right. All right, so that's 600 mils every 5 seconds. So what am I looking at there? So 6.6 times 12, that's 7.2 litres every minute, times 60 for an hour, 432 every hour, times 12, just over 5,184, so 5,000 litres every day. Yeah, so I'm pretty much spot on. This is a 15,000 litre tank, and so what I'll need is 3 days on this current volume that I've got. Now this is all going to be set up on a timer, same as what we're doing for the header tank. So every day this will just trickle on for about an hour, and just be constantly maintained, especially when it comes into the veggie garden, looking after the chickens, and then also looking after the hoop house. So we'll get a few things squared away there. So I've got a little bit more ahead of me. Where are we? We're at day 2, day 3, I can't quite remember now. But I'll get this squared away, and once it's all finished, I'll come and find you. We'll get a few things squared away and we can go from there. So I'll see you soon. All right, well, here we are. I don't know, was it day 5, day 10? I don't know what it is. It's been hot, but I'm glad it's over. So what we've done is now we've changed over from that old shitty structure that we had into our little pump house system. So this is the same like we were saying before throughout the property. Little modification though. We're under strict instructions. We needed to have a water tap on the outside of this one. So that's something a little bit different that we've put together. So from here, what we'll then do is then we'll be able to then hose and water down some of the orchard that we've got. So that'll work out quite well, because we have been finding that the only hose that we have is inside the chicken coop. And so now that we've got one outside, it just makes things a little bit easier. But the structure's all together, ready to rock and roll. We've got our solar panel on top. If you come around this way, we've got our door in place now, and so that's all ready to rock and roll. And if you have a look inside, we've used all the old equipment. So we've got the batteries, we've got the pump, we've got our direct line feed for the chicken coop. We have our automatic selector there for watering the drip irrigation on the vegetables in the veggie garden. And we've also got the hoop house feed. So we've got our simple little on-off button. And again, I didn't change anything here. I just used exactly what we had, and then we can go from there. So it now just brings things a little bit cleaner, a little bit tidier all together. We've now got our 15,000 litre rain tank behind us as well now. So that's still filling. So that'll be, I don't know, maybe the next day or two, that'll be full. I'm struggling to find a water level gauge indicator. So I might next time I'm in the big smoke, I'll have to pick up one of those. But that'll be pretty much the last thing. And then I've just got to muck around a little bit with getting some straps and everything else organised for this this guttering. So this guttering goes around to the side and then picks up that whole chicken coop corridor. Not super huge, but we're looking at about 80 litres for every mill, you know, so everything works there. So that now wraps around. I haven't connected it yet, because it's been so dry. When I was mucking around with the existing, I found a little rat nest or mouse nest, and I went, yeah, no way. So I'll make sure that we'll wait for some rain, we'll blow all that out, and then I'll put a mesh over the inlet up on the gutter system there. So at least that way we don't have any vermin or anything else, or just nesting material coming into the filter at the top of the rain tank. So here we are. What are we? We're 3 years down now, I suppose, and the chicken coop is slowly developing and evolving. You know, we've got our 6 bays. We've got now a copious amount of water, you know, 15,000 litres. So this should get us through, I'm hoping, around about 3 weeks before we need to turn the pump back on and fill this guy. But like I said, what I'm going to do there is just turn this on a timer system so that we have just an hour every day. This will be topped up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to muck around with some irrigation for the overflow. So I'm going to try a drip irrigation, sort of same as what we've got in the veggie garden now, but then from the overflow into the drip irrigation and then through the orchard. So that'll be the next sort of phase. I want to give that a go. I'll do it on the surface first, and then if it all works, then we'll put it underground. If not, then we'll need to find another solution for that. But rather than just wasting the water, especially the overflow, let's use it for the better good of humanity, so to speak, and I'll be able to get a lot more fruit out of those trees with proper irrigation on those. So for all about installing your new rainwater tank, rebuilding your little electric solar panel water pump house, like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.